Hi guys, it's your girl Lakia and you're watching Kids World. So as y'all can see at the title of this video, today I will be giving y'all a story time of when I went to jail. Yeah, it's true. So to begin this story off, I want to let everyone know who may know me and thought I was a goody two shoes to know right now from this video, hearing it from my mouth, that at that time in my life, I was not. But I'm a good girl now, so. But let's start off from the very beginning. So I was 17 and I had already had my child. So he was a couple of months old. Yeah, I know. Yeah. So, yeah, I know at that time that wasn't good parenting of me going to jail while I had an infant. But when y'all find out what I was doing and why I was doing it, then you'll understand. So, the reason why I went to jail, drum roll. I went to jail because of stealing. Now, today, I learned my lesson, okay? I am not a thief. I will never be one ever again because of this situation right here that we're talking about in the story time right now. The reason I went to jail is because I was stealing. And I'm going to give out all the... So, kind of me being the only child, yes, I should be able to get whatever I want whenever I want it. But that is not the case. I wasn't able to get whatever I wanted when I wanted, like you may always think just because you're the only child. My mom is a hard worker. She had to pay bills constantly, all the time, Yeah, when she found out I went to jail or whatever, she said all I had to do was ask. But me being her only child and knowing everything that she's going through, I already knew that everything that I wanted, she would not have been able to provide all the time. So I took it upon myself to go and shop. But my shopping was stealing. So I would always have new things, but I was stealing them. Now, it wasn't just me alone by myself stealing. And that is what's going to make the story even funnier. Okay? So, it was me and my homegirl, and we would go to multiple stores, not all in one day, but we would go to multiple stores, like Sears, Kmart. Was it Kmart? No, not Kmart. City Trends, Walmart, all different type of stores. And we would find stuff that we like, and we would put it in our big ass pocketbook. Yes, a big ass pocketbook. Y'all probably seen me have that pocketbook around school. So yeah, I have a couple of them. Big ass pocketbook. It was lime green at that. And we would take whatever we wanted and we would stick it in our pocketbooks. Now, this is how it all went down. So, me and my homegirl, we were inside of Sears. And we went, shopping regularly. Like, we about to buy stuff. We would pick out stuff that we like, put it in our buggies, and act like we were about to buy them. So, what we would do is we would take some of the stuff, go inside of the dressing rooms, and pretend like we're putting them on. Okay. Good. All right. Got away with it. All right. So, the second time we went into Sears and did the same thing, and we went in the dressing room, put it in our bags, like we were about to buy it. But, no, like we were trying it on, but end up putting it inside of our bags. Now, the stuff is in our bags. Nobody noticed anything. We come back out still with stuff in our hands. So we would have stuff that we wanted to steal, and we would have stuff that we was just using to come back out of the dressing room with, to act like we didn't want to buy it. So for some reason, there was this lady, she was following us. Now, I don't know why she was following us. We didn't make anything suspicious. We would just go try on stuff and come back out and put the same stuff back in the dresser. Back on the hangers and on the floor. So for some reason that day, she wanted to follow us. And when we was getting ready to leave, our pocketbooks was full, and we was getting ready to leave out the store. And no, I'm missing a step. Before we was getting ready to leave, my homegirl already had left out the store. She was going to go get the car. So I'm still in the store. So as she was going to go get the car, I'm still in the store getting the last little bit that I was putting up in my pocketbook. She already had left the dressing room. So for some reason, she was following me more than she was following my homegirl. Because my homegirl already done made it outside the house. Outside the store. So when I'm getting ready to walk outside the store, they come up behind me. It was her, a man, and it was some other people. It's multiple people. And they came up behind me as I'm walking out the store, and they was like, "Can I look inside your bag?" And I'm stuck. I didn't know what to do. In my mind telling me, run to the car. But knowing that I probably wasn't going to run fast enough with all them people chasing me, and my homegirl probably didn't even have the car running or whatever. Because not too long ago, I walked. So for some reason, it was telling me to run. But also, I was like, no, don't run. Because that'll just make everything worse. And they really know, like, this stuff in my pocketbook. So me being me, I was just like, yeah, you can check my pocketbook. I'm thinking they're going to check it right then and there. So I was going to they can keep the dang on pocketbook. I was just going to run. Like, y'all want to check it. I'm running. But they was like, well, can you come back inside so we can check it? And I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm caught. That's it. I'm caught. So they took me all the way. We took this long ass way around to the back of the building. Went behind some door. It was a long ass walk. Then it took me to an office all the way in the back, wherever the hell we were. And I waited there a while. They checked through pocketbook, and so I was like, oh my gosh. I am totally like they real life caught me. But while they're checking the pocketbook, they dumping everything out, blah, 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 blah. And they asking me, do I have my ID or whatever, so they know who I was. I said, no, I'm not. I don't have my ID. They didn't. So they didn't have no way of knowing who I actually was unless I told them the truth or if I lied. But you know me, I done told them who I was, whatever. Because first off, I'm young. I never did this before. This is kind of like, this is my first time really, realize stealing multiple times. And when you start stealing, you kind of get that enthusiasm and about it. And it's like, I got away with it. Oh, I can do it again and again and again. But in real life, you can't. So as they're pulling everything out, asking me for my ID, all this, I'm like, I don't have none of that, blah, blah, blah. So they're getting ready. They asked me to call my mother. Now, that was what really broke me down. I was like, oh, I forgot all about that. Now I got to tell my mama. So they had me call my mom. I called my mom, and I'm talking to her on the phone, telling her what's going on, blah, 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 blah. She telling me all I had to do was ask, yada. Now, I'm thinking they're going to let me go if my mom come picks me up. No. These niggas was ready. They was ready to go ahead, lock me up, put it away with the key. So, I'm just like, dang, y'all wasn't even going to let me off with a warning, no nothing whatsoever. They were We wasn't playing no games whatsoever. So, police finally shows up. Police puts me straight into handcuffs. And them shits hurt. That shit had them shits tight as hell. Twisting my fingers and arms, wrists, and whatever else it was doing. Goddamn, this shit hurt. Handcuffs ain't no damn joke. But put me in the handcuffs, and we had to go to another room outside of Sears. We went to the deputy's office inside the mall, because, you know, Sears was in the mall at the time. So we went to the deputy's office inside the mall, and they sat me at a table. And I'm sitting there at the table for hours with my hands cuffed, sitting there waiting for them to get everything together, whatever the hell they was doing. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, put me in jail already. Goddamn, sitting here forever, hurting my damn arms. I'm ready to take the damn handcuffs off. So eventually, finally, the goddamn policeman came back and got me. We went and he took me to the police car. He put me in, you know, they push your head down, put you into the car, whatever. He closed the door. Then he gets in and do everything on his computer and stuff like that. Y'all, when I tell y'all, sitting in that police car, he had it freezing in there. I'm already sitting in the police car stuck, okay? My legs long. The seats was pushed all the way back onto my legs. So I'm turned sideways. Also, while my hands is tied behind my back, and I'm sideways, and I'm trying to sit here without it hurting, but it's hurting. So, fast forward, we finally get to the detention center. And we pull up into this kind of like parking garage for the police cars, I'm guessing, or whatever. And there's nothing but white walls. And just sitting there in the police car inside of that little parking whatever, it just had me thinking like reality just finally clicked in. Like, I'm going to jail. Like, real life going to jail. Like, reality just finally kicked in. And I just remember sitting there in the car before we even got out the car. I'm just sitting there like, I have to go in here. I hope there's no weirdos, no nothing. And also, my hair was in a bun. And you know, when you go to jail, you got to take all the hairpins and stuff out your hair. Tell me why I had to go to jail fucked up. So, y'all, I'm already, you know, going to jail. And then I got to go to jail with my hair messed up. I was like, that's just another one on top of that. I was just like, oh my gosh, I can't win for nothing. So, fast forward, finally go into the jail, to the detention center or whatever. And they have to take your picture and your thumbprint and stuff like that so they know who you are, blah, 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 blah. So, after doing that, thankfully, I didn't have to put on no jumpsuit stuff. So that means I was only going to be there until someone picked me up, which was the good part. So I didn't have to stay overnight, blah, 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 blah. But the bad part was they already done gave out dinner. So I ain't get to eat nothing. I was in there starving, okay? Starving. So he done go ahead and done put me up in the cell. Well, before they put me in the holding cell, they told me I could get my one phone call. So they done took my phone, everything. So I don't have no phone. I don't know nobody's number. I didn't know nothing. And the fact that I didn't remember nobody's number, I'm just like, who can I call first? Who number I remember? So I did remember my boyfriend's house number at the time. I didn't remember his cell phone, but I did remember his house number. And I called the house number, and I was trying to get in contact with him, but they wasn't answering the phone, or he wasn't home. It was something happened, so I didn't get to talk to him. But I was also trying to call my homegirl that who was there with me, so I could tell her what happened, because she was probably still sitting there at the mall. And I'm like, I hope she ain't still sitting there waiting, da 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 da. But when I did get in contact with her, I called her mom because I remember her mom's number, but I didn't remember her number at the time. So I called her mom and told her mom to tell her that I was there, basically. So she gave her the phone, whatever, we talked. And I told her what was up, blah, blah, blah. And I told her I was trying to get in contact with Tyree, but I couldn't get in contact with him. So he wouldn't know until I got out and got home and called him and used my phone, whatever, and I called him. So he's in the dark about everything. He didn't know. So when they did put me in the holding cell, I was in there all by myself in this 4 walls in this little brick stool with the bars, basically. That's all was in the room. And it was so boring, I fell asleep. I mean, and nobody could believe it. Like, Lakeisha's in jail. Oh, wow. But, so I'm in these 4 walls, blah, blah, blah. It's so boring. I done went to sleep. Felt like I've been asleep for hours. Couldn't find out I wasn't asleep that long. So, now here is the crazy part. I've been there asleep, and eventually they put someone in the holding cell with me, and which made me wake up. And all I remember is the person, they was like a homeless person. They was dirty and they just looked like they was crazy. And I know that I was not going back to sleep until they was out that holding cell. So if they was to go get out that holding cell, I was not going back to sleep. So I'm sitting up, they talking to me or whatever. I'm replying and stuff, but So once they were out of the holding cell, I think I fell right back to sleep. And then they come back, the police came back and told me it was time for my trial. So they had this little courtroom kind of type thing in the back. So they took me to the back, and I had to sit in the chairs and wait my turn to go to trial so I can find out or whatever what was going to happen. So I done went to trial, find out I could go home. Good. Hallelujah. All right. So fast forward till back in the holding cell. So I'm back in the holding cell. I done fell asleep again. Blah, 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 blah. Mine now, I went to jail that afternoon. Okay? Early afternoon at that. It wasn't even that late. So I went to jail early afternoon. I didn't get out until midnight. After midnight. And my mom, being my mom and being extra, she had to call my dad. So my mom and my dad came to pick me up out of the jail. And on the way home, they had to have this long behind talk about this and all that. And I said, listen, I will never, ever, 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 ever steal ever again in my life. Because I refuse not to go back, because jail was extremely boring. Extremely. And plus, I didn't get to eat. On top of that, my hair was messed up. I had to be in jail, sitting in jail with my hair messed up. Like, I would never ever go back again. I was like, y'all, who y'all talking about? Y'all ain't gotta worry about me no more. Lakia is not going back. Trust me. So, after all that, blah, 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 fast forward to community service. So I had to do community service hours, and I think I had to, what was my community service hour? Oh, I had to go see a therapist for my community service hours about my stealing or whatever. But like I told my therapist, just like I told my mom and them, I would never ever do it again, because jail is not for me. So fast forward from there is when I finally get to tell my boyfriend that I've been in jail. Tell me why this Negro did not believe me. What I got to lie for? What I got to lie for, Craig? So, I'm telling him that I've been in jail, and I was trying to call him while I was in there, but I didn't remember his number. And for some reason, he thought that it was funny and that I was lying about it. And when I was like, no, I'm for real, for real. And so he was like, oh, for real? You been in there for real? And I'm like, nah, nigga. So fast forward from there, I have my last court date or whatever after my community service. And thankfully, all my community service was over. And the reason why I got community service is because I was a minor. I was 17. And the most I missed about that part is that I missed my baby throughout all that time. Actually, matter of fact, we went to the mall while I had my baby. We went to the mall, walked around, blah, blah, blah. Went and dropped my baby off at my mama's house. Went back to the mall and got caught. What kind of sense was that? I'm kind of glad, though, that I didn't have my baby at the time. That means Didi would have had to take my baby home and all. It would have been a mess, okay? But thankfully, all that was cleared up, Did a community service. My record was supposed to be expunged. So everything is in the clear. Everything is good. I should have no problems with anything. No crimes, no nothing on my record. Fast forward to present day. Present day. My record was not completely expunged. They did not completely expunge it. So anything I try to do from further on right now, like try to get a house or anything like that, it's still on my record because they haven't completely expunged it. But I'm working on that. Don't worry about that. I'm working on trying to get them to completely expunge my stuff so I can get me a better place. But listen, it ain't stopping my grind. With this record, I can still get jobs. I still been getting jobs. So it didn't stop me completely as what I thought it would have. So all I could do is thank God for being with me that day and all this craziness. And just know I will never, ever do it again because I will never, ever go back. But for all those who remember Goody Two Shoes Lakia, you can tell her bye now because you done heard the story now. So, yeah. But I just wanted to give y'all a little story time for today. Hopefully, I got all the details that I remember. Yeah, I tried to give y'all all the details I remember. But I just wanted to put something up on my channel, so I made this story time for you guys. So please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. All right? Bye, guys.